Again? You mean to tell me we're dealing with a controversy with the Los Angeles Dodgers again? What is it with this team in the month of June? Clearly, they didn't learn their lesson 2 years ago. Back in 2023, the Dodgers decided to celebrate Woke Christmas by inviting a group called the Mr. Sisters to perform at what was supposed to be a Major League Baseball game. The Mr. Sisters, they were proud drag performers known for their famous skit, Disrespecting Jesus. This skit is a real favorite with men pretending to be women. It features one of the Mr. Sisters on a cross while a bearded beauty seductively dances around him. For reasons unknown, the Dodgers thought this performance would be appropriate at a Major League Baseball game. Didn't take them very long to figure out that it wasn't. Fast forward 2 years later, and the Dodgers are once again the center of controversy. Now, in their defense, they tried to prevent this from happening, at least this time around. They gave this unknown singer clear instructions to sing the national anthem in English. But now the Dodgers are learning the harsh lesson that you get what you pay for. When you pay a deacon at Woke United Methodist to sing the national anthem, you have got to expect that they are going to ignore your instructions and disrespect the country, because that's what they specialize in. Shitting on America. I don't know about you guys, but I'm running out of patience with these doofus protests. For starters, what the hell are these people even protesting? Where is the 5-alarm fire? We are protesting the injustice of the Orange Man. This evil dictator is deporting innocent civilians. He is separating children from their families. The children. It's all about the children. They don't give a damn about the children. If they did, they wouldn't be indoctrinating them. They wouldn't be exposing kids to legendary performers from RuPaul's Drag Race. But what you're basically telling me is, you're protesting the Trumper because he is enforcing the law. You're protesting Donnie because he is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. Well, that is outrageous. This man is acting like a tyrant. He wants to be a king. No king, just queens. No king, just queens. Let Uncle Casey let you in on a little secret. There are no kings in America. There hasn't been a king in America in our lifetime. The only thing you accomplished this weekend was wasting your time. But credit where credit is due. At least they were finally doing something that was somewhat productive. At least these protesters were finally making a little bit of money for themselves. Once Saturday afternoon became Saturday evening, they returned to their preferred status of being unemployed. The peaceful protesting, it was not limited to the streets this past weekend. There was also a form of protest at Dodger Stadium. Saturday, the Dodgers were hosting the Little Giants from the City of Rainbows. Before the game, the Dodgers contracted the services of some unknown singer to perform the national anthem. With this being America, well, I guess the People's Republic of California is still considered America. Kind of. Although I think most Americans wish the People's Republic would peacefully float away into the Pacific Ocean. Same Pacific Ocean that Gabby Newsom could not find when he was looking for water to put out the flaming ass fire. But anyway, with this being America, you would think the national anthem would be performed in English. If I'm in Moscow, I'm assuming the national anthem is going to be performed in Russian. It would be surprising to hear it sung in Portuguese. But this unknown singer, she took it upon herself to perform the American national anthem in Espanol, even after she was explicitly told by the Dodgers to sing it in English. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. Today on the second channel, talking about another Major League Baseball team disrespecting the national anthem. Instead of honoring the brave men and women who sacrificed their lives for our country, the New York Mets, they decided to honor the courageous men who pretend to be women. To celebrate Woke Christmas, the Mets flew the transgender flag during the playing of the national anthem. So if you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Saturday afternoon, Vanessa Hernandez was given the honor of performing the national anthem at Dodger Stadium. Casey, who in the hell is Valerie Sanchez? Vanessa is an aspiring artist who performs under the stage name Nezza or Nezza. Who cares? It doesn't matter what her name is. Most people, myself included, have never heard of any Nezza classics. A couple of years ago, she released the classic single 13, a song that revealed her current maturity level even though she was pushing 30. She followed that classic up with a song called Poison, which was a little bit of foreshadowing because that's how most people are describing her performance on Saturday. Poison. According to Nezza, she defied the request of the Dodgers, also known as the people who were paying her. She defied their request because she felt it was important to sing the national anthem in Spanish as a form of protest. Now, obviously, that's disrespectful and ridiculous, but then, to make matters worse, she exposed herself by proving what this really was: a pathetic publicity stunt, a desperate cry for attention. Vanessa wanted to make this all about Vanessa. Watch for yourself.
We are going to do the song in English today, so I'm not sure if that wasn't or if that wasn't relayed.
Still very shooken up and emotional, and anyways, I just got home from singing the national anthem in Spanish at the Dodgers game, and it is the official Star Spangled Banner in Spanish. You can Google it. So I'll just read it to you really quick, but it was officially commissioned in 1945 by the U.S. State Department as a part of President Franklin Roosevelt's Good Neighbor policy to foster a better relationship with Latin America. Because of this, I didn't think I would be met with any sort of, like, no, especially because we're in LA and with everything happening. And I've sang the national anthem many times in my life, but there was today out of all days, I could not. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just could not believe when she walked in and told me no. But I just felt like I needed to do it.
What the hell are you crying about? My wife is an emotional woman sometimes. She has a tendency to cry, but I don't think she would break down in tears while making some doofus TikTok video. So what the hell are you crying about? Are these tears of joy because you got exactly what you wanted? You wanted attention, and you got it. I'm sure it's not the attention you were expecting. I'm sure Nezza thought she would be embraced for butchering the national anthem. But most people thought her performance was the drizzling shits. Vanessa can claim all she wants, that there's an official Spanish version of the national anthem. And look, she could be right. But I thought it was interesting that she was referencing history, since most of the time, Democrats choose to ignore history unless they are rewriting it to fit their narrative. But either way, even if there is an official Spanish version, the actual version is performed in English. When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star Spangled Banner, I don't think it was bilingual. I don't think he wrote an English version along with a Spanish version. I'm pretty damn sure it was just written in English, you know, the official language of America. This is where Mexican immigrants, whether legal or illegal, this is where they start to lose sympathy. It's one thing to immigrate to America and assimilate to the culture. It's one thing to immigrate here, learn the language, ingratiate yourself in the culture, become part of the culture. It's completely different when you're forcing your culture on our traditions. Not to mention the fact that the national anthem is not the place for protesting. Haven't we already seen this before? Go ask the NFL what happens when you protest during the national anthem. Go ask Colin Kaepernick if you can find him. Has anyone seen Colleen lately? Last time I saw him, his face was on the side of a milk carton. What I don't understand is why Major League Baseball keeps doing this, or why they allow it to happen. For the first time in years, Major League Baseball seems to be thriving. Ratings for the World Series last year, highest since 2017. For years, baseball has been circling the pooper. This league was receiving no coverage from the mainstream media. Even when the NBA was setting record lows, kind of like they are now, the NBA is still a topic of national conversation. The NBA is still heavily covered by their butt buddies in the media. For the better part of a decade, no one was talking about Major League Baseball. But over the last 12, maybe 18 months, Major League Baseball has seen a resurgence. You have stars in major markets. People are actually watching the regular season. Rob Manfred shortened the length of the game. He made baseball more presentable for modern television. At the time, baseball purists hated the decision, but credit should be given to Rob Manfred because it obviously worked. Ratings are up double digits on both Fox and ESPN this season. The only thing they have to do is play ball. Instead, we've got drag queens at Fenway Park. We've got celebrations of wiener at baseball stadiums throughout the country. Baseball teams are tasting the rainbow. They're dipping their logos in pride. And now we've got some unknown singer singing the national anthem in a language that the vast majority of the country does not understand. You know, the Dodgers were heavily criticized last week for not publicly supporting the riots in Los Angeles. Local media, they pressed team manager Dave Roberts. They were asking his thoughts on the riots. He responded by saying, "We just want to be a distraction," which is what the Dodgers are supposed to be. A distraction. That's what sports are supposed to be, a distraction. It's not supposed to be inclusive. It's not supposed to be equitable. It's supposed to be a distraction. But give me your thoughts on this. Some unknown singer desperate for attention uses the national anthem as a publicity stunt. Or at least I thought it was a publicity stunt. She performs the national anthem in Spanish instead of English. Give me your thoughts. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.